All right, so boom.
That's tough.
All right. So had to get some things together. So excuse the delay and excuse me being out of my seat and hop back into my seat. But we are here today live. I got my man Lone Sav in studio with us today on the Social Experiment Show. As you all know, we come on this show, we discuss different things, different topics. We highlight some of the men in the city of Erie and congratulate them on some of their accolades and some of their accomplishments. We also talk about different topics, mental health, progress, positivity, just being brought up in your life. You know what I mean? So it's great to have the opportunity to speak to a young man, kind of get his input and some of his takes and his thoughts and opinions on life, and also to hear some of his story. I'm pretty excited about it because I just met this young man. I want to say it was a post on Facebook like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he was having an art show. And the way like the pitch, the way he got it, it's like the some of the reasons why you should come out. So when I seen it, I went there. I introduced myself to him. He showed me some of his artwork. He's got the digital art going. He's got the 3D art going. So it was just good to have a great conversation. And then as I got the podcast going and got to reaching out to different people, he actually reached out to me in the same day somebody mentioned his name. So it was kind of like a crazy coincidence to be able to like be thinking of having this young man on the show as well as having somebody say, I want you to be on the show. So I don't have too much information from him or about him, but it's good to have him here in studio because I'm gonna give him an opportunity to introduce himself. So without further ado, we have Mr. Lone Sav in the building. Thank you, sir. If you want to go ahead and give us a little introduction about who you are and what you got going on.
Hey, thanks, bro. I appreciate it. I'm actually glad that we I wasn't gonna say earlier 'cause I wanted to wait for the podcast to start, but I'm glad that we did it this way. So now like we got an opportunity to like actually meet and like get to know each other like this
Okay.
and stuff. You feel me? Like I peeped on your Facebook and stuff and like you doing stuff, but like you haven't been on my radar before that. So it's gonna be cool to like kind of tap in and see what you get into. But yeah, what's up? I'm Sav. Um I was born uh in St. Vincent here in Erie.
Okay.
I grew up in the T. My mom moved out there and stuff when I was like 7 months or something like that. I went to like Edison and Wilson and stuff like that. Tried to play basketball and stuff, but I was really bad for real and stuff.
Sounds really bad, huh?
Yeah, no cap. Like I kept growing too fast. Like I would like learn how to run, and then my legs would like grow really fast in like 2 weeks, and then I like started running goofy again and stuff like dumb stuff like that. So I was always more around like music and art and stuff, especially for like church or whatever.
Okay.
Doing like a lot of that's like where I got a lot of music from, singing and stuff. Um, and so just like growing up, I was never really into like gunplay and like all of that stuff, whatever. I just kind of just did art passively and stuff, and yeah, theater and like all these different kind of things or whatever.
So you're involved in art and theater.
Yeah. And yeah, like I tell people I do everything in the arts except for dance and stuff. Like
Okay. So I don't know if if you familiar with Caesar Westbrook. We had Caesar on here the other day. He the guy been painting a bunch of different murals and stuff, and he was just talking about how like art has been very beneficial to his life and has been an outlet. Like, what got you interested in art, and at what age did you get interested in art?
um I would say like I don't know, from like a young age, my mom would just like put me in a bunch of different Jones or whatever, like a bunch of different programs.
Okay.
So in the terrace back in the day, they had the YMCA Kids Club and the YMCA Art Center, and they used to run like two little plays a year. And so she had me in that program. So like that's kind of like where I got my first start. Doing anything artistic really was doing these little plays like from kindergarten up.
Okay. So when you say back in the day, what's back in the day? I think I'm looking at you. You look a little young. So what's your back in the day? Our back in the days might be different.
It's gonna work one time. Back in the day for me, it's probably like whatever, however old I am is like what year it was. So
Okay.
if I was six, like I mean like 2006.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we talking back in the day, 2006. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, like my mom was always just like, like she did crafts and stuff, and she did she had like her own like little business and stuff like that. And so like she was like very free and super pushing me to always like just be as free as possible, especially with my art and creativity and stuff.
Okay.
So like not that anything necessarily individually inspired me, but more like she created that facility to do that.
Okay, so the exposure. Okay, well, big ups to mom for even exposing you to that type of stuff, because I think that's very important that we expose our youth. We expose our children to different environments and different atmospheres, so they can take an interest in other things. So I mean, now you say back in the days, 2006. I want like who are your people, if you don't mind, because I don't know, like who are you? What's your, if you don't mind me asking, like who are you? Where you come from? Who are you? You told me you lived in the T, but I never seen you around, so you got to kind of take me there.
Firstly, I'm on side for a reason. You feel me? Like I'm Mr. Fallback or whatever. Like that's
Okay.
my whole job. But firstly, uh, one of my I got like one of my main trios, like the dudes who kind of like helped nurture my creativity as I was coming up. It was like the whole Major Coin collage and stuff, including Bills Up, who was on your cast
Okay.
the other week, and it was a coincidence. Bro hit me up and was like, "Yo, I shouted you out," and so I watched it and I was like, "Oh yeah, what's up?"
Okay. Okay.
But definitely like Bills Up, Aaron and Kennedy. Those are my boys and stuff. When I was 15, skipping school and just like instead of skipping school to do like run the streets, I was skipping school to like make music and do producing and stuff. And
Okay.
them was the dudes that was helping me do that or whatever. Like not help me skip, but like
I know what you
that was
mean. I
very
know what you
chill.
mean.
Like that was like taking me under their wings and stuff. And so yeah, it's been really cool to like grow with them and work with them and kind of earn different types of like earn my own place next to them. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Big up to Major Coins, Aaron and Kennedy. I got Aaron. Me and Aaron going on here tomorrow, so I got Aaron coming on here tomorrow. So
All right,
that's
shout
gonna
out
be a
to
good
that.
thing. Yeah, I'm reaching out to a bunch of different people. I want to have a very diverse crowd. So when you talk about like getting being more involved in art and like you said, not running the street and stuff like that, like what was that like for you as far as like outside people looking at you, like what was the perceptions and stuff like that?
Um, I mean, like I'm tall, skinny, nerdy dude. You know what I'm saying? So like obviously people naturally are always gonna take you that type of way and stuff. Um, when you I feel like anybody like in that sense, or anybody generally could understand, like like when you're in that sense, you kind of got to just like do mind over matter type
Right,
of stuff,
right.
whatever. So you just like kind of let that stuff slide. But for me, um, what really where like the passion came from, not where the passion came from, but like where I found the passion and was, a lot of my friends that would otherwise be like sitting in a car for like 13 hours a day waiting for someone to hit them up so they could go sell something or this and that third and stuff. Instead of doing that, they were also willing, like, they weren't willing to like go work here or go do this or go do that, but they were willing to like go sit in the studio for like 13 hours a day and to mix and
Okay.
record and stuff. So for me to like kind of contribute to stuff in that sense or whatever, to like I was also skipping school. I was also not interested in, doing all this and third and stuff, but I wasn't brave and aggressive and courageous and stuff. I just wanted to make art and be creative and stuff like that. So where I found my place in my community in that sense was, being in the studio and contributing to one of the other things that we glorify, which is like rap
Okay.
music.
Okay, so you get yourself involved in arts, and so when we talk about arts, and you say it's a wide variety for you, like what type of art are you involved in, and what do you have going on?
Um, dang. Well, I make clothes. I got this joint going on right here.
Okay, how do
So,
we how do we find the clothes? He got his clothes, he got his hoodie on right now. It's pretty stylish. You got to explain that to us. I don't want to break it down. I'm gonna let you break it down.
so when I was 15, I dropped this joint called Lone Squad. It was just hoodies, and it said the word Lone Squad, but the O was like a frowny face. And I was just walking around with them in school and stuff. Everybody thought it was cool and stuff. And for me, it was just to be able to like go from being like the wallflower nobody and like not wallflower nobody. I still have friends and talking and stuff. Like I was always like low key, but to go from low key to kind of have these like exclusive drops and be known
Yeah.
real quick, and then go back to being low key was real cool to me and stuff. Um, and then over time I really like still doing art and still keeping with Lone Squad. Like to me, Lone Squad means like a group of lonely people. You feel
Okay.
me? And so like that's kind of like how my life has like gotten better throughout times and stuff. It's like being a part of that Lone Squad. So fast forward to now and stuff. I uh you know in my multiple trying to business endeavors, trying to make money like everybody else and stuff like that. Wanting to come up with a clothing line and stuff. I kept through with the Lone Squad thing, but only applied more of the art that I've like uh produced over the years, you know what I'm saying, and stuff. So back in the day, it was just the word Lone Squad, but nowadays it's like my little loners that I have, which are a whole other little thread, you know what I'm saying, and
Okay.
stuff. But
So you got a character. That's what the character is. It's called a loner.
yeah, they're called loners and stuff.
Okay.
You know, I got characters, I got patterns and designs and stuff that I like drop on my iPad, and then I'll basically, you know, go online and like design the clothes like that, and then
Right.
get them ordered and stuff, get them hooked up to my website, lonesquad.com. That joint is down right now because I'm working on it for Halloween. I'm gonna put it back up again with like some new stuff.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, just like that. Right. I would say mostly like for my clothes and for like a lot of my art, I'm super inspired by like Cause, and I always pronounce the bull name wrong. It's like Murakami or Makoshi or some weird like that. He the bull that got the like the little flowers and stuff, the little Murakami flowers.
I would have to see it.
Who knows, it's hard. But like them dudes and my boy, this is Cash Cows.
Yeah, I like that. I was checking that out too. You got the cow print on there with the cow stamp press in there. I like that.
Yeah, that's my boy Romo down in Uniontown and stuff. Him, Luco Lenses, and Cash Cow Kills and stuff. They started this joint sometime. I don't even remember when, but bro going crazy. He got this pop star out in Japan rocking his joint or whatever. Like,
okay.
She got like million followers and stuff.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
But yeah, I'm like when it comes to the clothes, I'm like deep into the like. I'm trying to tackle like the hype fashion kind of, you know what I mean? Like my tag for the Lone Squad is Alone We Stand Out.
Right. So, I like that. Alone We Stand Out. Okay.
Yeah, so like I kind of veer towards like, you know, like them weird loner people, whatever, blah, 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 but like you can be wearing stuff like this that
right.
kind of pulls attention towards you kind of thing.
I like that. I like that concept for real. So then when you say like, because Lone Squad, and then you say a bunch of like lonely people who are together, like, how does that work? What inspired that as far as, is that something personal or was that something more of an artistic type of thing? Or is that just like a movement? Because again, like it's a difference in age with us. So, I mean, you know, some of the stuff that you have going on, I might not have seen, known, or experienced as opposed to.
I mean, it was definitely definitely that was my friend group, you know what I'm saying, at the time and stuff. Like it was really just me and my boy Cam. Shout out Cam, by the way, and stuff. He got his Cam Cates, he got his clothes and stuff dropping this winter. He won't tell me nothing else about it. It's like a big surprise we're working on for a while. But
okay.
But it was really just me and bro. Like we was just loners for real, you know, like just like really on our own Joe. Like me and bro knew each other since like birth basically. And we was just in East High School and we hated it. And we was just like our own thing, but we were also like, you know, like highly inspired by like, you know, like anime and especially things like Odd Future.
Okay.
You know, like Tyler Creator and or whatever, which like I would say like that's another group of loners, right?
Right.
Like a bunch of lone people who were like weirdos, whatever, that got together and they hang out. So like that was like the vibe and the inspiration, I guess. And yeah, just kind of went from there. And then like at the same time, it kind of is a movement as well because like from like I would like to think that the whole thing that people on now with this whole like new wave emo stuff, or whatever, we was already doing that with like Odd Future and stuff,
right?
You know, like, but it was like weird and goofy. But now like it's like cool, like the old Juice WRLDs and MGKs and all that stuff. Like it's all cool to be like that.
So now it's cool to be who you used to, you know what I mean? Kind of stay away from being. I mean, had to be in your own little. So let me ask you, like, did you finish high school?
No, no way. My senior year was when they was closing down all the schools.
Okay.
And so like the year before that or something like that, I was switched over to cyber school. And then I like at that point I was like, I'm not doing none of this.
Okay.
So I would just, because like it was all crap. Like they wasn't giving us nothing for like,
all right.
Giving us no real criteria. And me, if it's not engaging enough, I'm not gonna be interested in it. So I was just skipping and doing art basically and making music.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 23 right now.
Okay, so you're 23 years old. So then let me ask you, as far as like and I'm glad you're 23 years old and we get to have this conversation. As far as like role models and stuff like that, kind of take me through your thought process or your idea of what a role model, because you're fairly young, you know what I mean? You're a lot younger than me. I'm 36 years old, so I got you about 13 years. So like when I think of me being young and having role models and then the new generation, it kind of seems like some people have some and some don't. So what's your take on it? Like, do you have any, and if so, who would they be? And then what's your take on it if you don't?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely got role models. That's like big help part of my success, you know what I'm saying, and stuff. When I was 8 at the YMCA Teen Center or the YMCA Art Center, the first role model or mentor or whatever was Marcus Atkinson. He was over there, I don't know where he was at in his like in what he had going on.
Okay.
But like for me, I was 8 years old and he was like the director of the art
okay.
Art Center and stuff. And he was, and I try to be this person as well. He was one of the role models that even though, you know, we was 8 or whatever, he would talk to us in a grown way. Not like in a grown way,
I know
but
what you mean.
you know what I'm saying? Like he would say things and not sugarcoat it like a baby. It wouldn't be in layman's terms. Like he would say things that I'm still getting now. Like I'm having experiences, you know, I might have an experience next year. That's something that he said way back then. I'm be like, oh, okay, now that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I always think that's super important and stuff because that helps you think more mature. Like if you're being told something and taught something maturely, you start thinking more maturely rather than if you're being told a lesson immaturely, you still gonna be thinking in that in, you know, a certain way or whatever and stuff. But firstly is Marcus Atkinson and stuff. Big big inspiration and big mentor to me. Corey Cook was also one of the executive directors of the Teen Center when I was
Okay.
there and stuff. Um, John C. Lyons for a period was you know, helping me at the Teen Center with film. He was the one who got me into film. Currently, my biggest mentor is Frank Stramilla. He's like my brother or whatever and
Okay.
stuff. Like he's fired for real. He helps me do a lot of stuff. And Jackie George, I gotta shout her out. She's another film mentor of mine and stuff. Like because I do so many different things,
Mm-hmm.
I be having different mentors in like different places and stuff. But that's a big help for all of that. And like Marquise Wallace is like another mentor, bro. Be helping me through the heat. Uh, Patrick Fisher, like there's like a lot of people that I could shout out.
That's what's up, man. For that's what we here for, and that's what we do. And I'm glad that, like, again, with you being younger than me, being able to acknowledge some of those people and know that there are some good people around who play a role in your development.
Yeah.
And then for you to mention that YMCA Teen Center, because I was just talking, I was literally came from over there to hear
Joey at the Teen Center.
Yeah, because I'm going over there to help them. We're gonna do some podcasting over there. They want, you know, I'm gonna do an episode over there to kind of show them that, and like it's all kind of wires. It's a different setup from here, so I got to go back over there and kind of figure it out. You might be able to help me with that, man. Give a little bit back to what you got. You know what I mean? But then, like, okay, then going to you and highlighting you, like I said, I remember going to your show. You know what I mean? I seen the 3D art. You know, I seen the holographs that you were doing in the hologram or holograph. Correct me wherever I'm wrong at, because this is your world, not mine. You know what I mean? But like, so what are you doing? What are you doing with that? Like, what's your plans with that? What's your goals with that?
Uh, Basically, bro, I'm trying to so like my biggest inspiration right now for my art altogether is this dude named Ocean World. Uh, and what he and his art partner create, they have like a 3D character model that one of them makes music for and the other one just makes like 3D art for.
Mm-hmm.
And that, like, it's called a Vocaloid, and like that character or whatever has like millions of like views and plays on Spotify and stuff like that or whatever. And then he also has like shows that are in museums. He has NFTs that are popping. They got clothes, they got plushies. They just have all these different things.
Okay.
And it's all just like his world. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, with his art, that's just being plastered all over everything. You know,
Okay.
like if you think about like and that lends itself towards like Kaz and the Makashi people I'm talking about, you know,
Okay.
like where like they take their art and they'll put it on everything, you know, like they'll slap it on a bag and a hoodie and a shirt and a watch and a like they'll like a cool art project would be to come in here and put your logo on every surface in here.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that.
So it sounds to me like you got a lot of like marketing techniques and a lot of you know what I mean, stuff like that. How do you get your stuff out there?
Doing everything at once, which is hard. I'm not really good at it and stuff. Like for the art show, for example, and stuff, you know, it was like, you know, Facebook posts and flyers and talking to people and going to networking events and stuff to tell more people about it, and emailing people that I know and asking people for favors and going in the stores and asking to hang up, you know, flyers again and stuff like that. Literally just doing all of that at the same time and still making posts and like being on top of like the whole post thing on social media is like when it gets down to it, that's like every single day at one point, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Be doing stuff. So it's really just like hitting it from all angles. At some point, if I start making enough money with it, I would probably hire like an assistant to help me do some of this stuff. But like for right now, it's just kind of like doing everything at once, or you know, partner, like I said, like asking them for those favors, like partnering up with another organization to do stuff. So like from an art show, it's at Feed. So the guy who runs that place was, you know, he got into like Erie Times News and that kind of stuff, and you know, he got that kind of stuff under control, and I was able to reach out to like places like Erie Arts and Culture, and ask them if they could put me in like the newsletter and stuff like that, and you know, like because we have like a relationship and stuff like that, and they're so kind, you know, that like they let me do that or whatever.
That's what's up. Is it intimidating for you to be out there putting yourself out there and having those conversations with people and reaching out to people, and you know what I mean?
Well, I'll answer it this way. My mom passed away when I was 16.
Oh wow.
And well, no, my mom got cancer when I was 16. She passed away when I was 21. But when I was 16, like that's when the whole thing started. But yeah, I think it's important to be vulnerable, and sometimes I do still struggle with vulnerability, but I'm also like quick to jump off that ledge as well. Like I always tell people, I have no problem standing on stage in front of 10,000 people. My knees will still shake regardless, but there's no issue being up there. You know what I'm saying? So like that's just kind of how it is. Um, but yeah, like I don't have a problem being vulnerable, even though it is like that don't make it easy though. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Um, so just like that, but that's important and stuff. And but I only bring up the whole thing about my mom because like it's hard. Like obviously, like if you would have had that context earlier in the conversation, like that would have like her put me into all this art stuff and it's out there. Like that has like a much bigger weight to it now.
Got you, got you. I was just about to ask you, like, so, like, are you open about, like, are you open about that kind of stuff when it comes to your situation with your mother? Because I don't want to touch on anything or ask any questions to where.
Yeah, no, I'm not torn apart and stuff. Like that's definitely like a big part about like it's definitely a big part about me. And I'm chastising myself for not bringing it up earlier. Like that's that whole vulnerability thing. Like
Okay,
I should have, like that's a big part of who I
okay.
am with my art. So I should have just opened up with that. And
So the inspiration, the motivation behind your art, like you said, your mother exposed you to all these different environments, and then at the age of 16, you find out your mother has cancer.
yeah, that sucks. Um, but like so when my mom was sick, right, the dream, like everybody else and stuff, is like, okay, I'm gonna make music, we're gonna get rich, we're gonna buy a big fat crib so she can live in it. You feel me? Like I feel like a lot of people can relate to that, whether your mom's sick or not and stuff. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna get rich, we're gonna live at the hood, we're gonna, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
we're gonna take care of everything. Um, and so then, and like that was just like just blindly following it. I didn't care about school, I didn't care about this, I didn't care about that. I was just like, yeah, and like I was very thinking very differently about other stuff. Like kids was like getting dressed for prom and stuff, and I'm like, we got to start a clothing line and do this and do that and like really, get stuff going. Um, and then when she passed away in 21, for a while, I didn't have like a goal no more. You know what I'm saying? Like that big dream and stuff like that. But I also didn't have like uh I also had like an invisible weight lifted off of me that I didn't know was there. You know what I'm saying?
What do you
Because
mean?
like from being like 16 to 21 and like going through like that much stuff, whatever, there was like a lot of like weight and pressure
Okay.
put on me from the situation as well as like from myself and stuff. So when she did finally pass away and stuff, in a very melancholy way of putting it and stuff, like there was like some sort of like weight lifted off me, understanding, like that she was in a better place, her suffering was done and stuff. And, it like I was able to kind of like I wasn't moving through like molasses quite as much no more. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Definitely still like a lot of density and pain and stuff like that or whatever. But just like that, like going through that like at that age and stuff and
That's
like
what I
not
was. That
really
was gonna be
like
my
really
next
jumping out
question.
on
Like,
my
how
own
was
and
that?
stuff.
Like 16. Like, I don't know. Like me, I don't know if I'll be able. I'll process that. So, like, how was that for you learning that at such a young age? Because I think at 16, you what 10th, 11th grade, trying to figure out which way you going in life, and kind of feeling yourself and making new friends. And it sounds to me like you had some work to do.
Yeah, I definitely had a lot of, like I said, like good mentors, a lot of good friends and stuff like that. I definitely had like my own times and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like I was running the streets, but I wasn't like doing gang activity. It was like making music and stuff. It was skipping school to go record somewhere or to go hang out or being out all night because we're in the studio or something like that or whatever. When I was 19, I moved into a party house and it was me and like seven other boys and we all just made music and threw parties like every other day and we would perform in the crib and all that kind of stuff, whatever. And then eventually at some point I like moved back to my grandma's and stuff and like try to start getting stuff more together, whatever. And that's been taking a while and stuff, but that's just kind of like how it goes. And I can look on the bright side of things and be grateful for the situation because now I can be 23 and be as focused as I am. And I'm not there all the way. Like there's things that I missed out on and things that I still got to work on
Mm-hmm.
and like build for myself, just as like an adult and a a person and stuff. But there's also like good things that came from it as far as like the my sense of stability under my own feet.
Right. So
On what
then,
I think I want.
how did that affect you? Like on a mentally, like on a mental standpoint, like how did that affect your mental? And have you ever received any or sought any? You know what I mean? Or like far as help?
Um, yeah. So I smoke a lot of weed for a hot minute and stuff, but also I never really wanted to tap. like I'm just really defiant towards that stuff. I'm really busy and stuff. I ain't really got time to like sit down with somebody and like open up like the whole package for them and stuff and like
Mm-hmm.
do the whole thing or whatever. That's why it's cool doing podcasts because then I can be like, go watch Brojo real quick
Right.
and then it's you know
Right.
what I'm saying. But no, I don't do that. And then I also like I'm not into like taking pills and stuff like that
Right.
for anything or whatever. So for me, it's just been a whole lot of empathy and like personal understanding and trying to like get through my own stuff or whatever. And I still definitely like have my like I don't know like I got to have a lot of like real life conversations with other people and with my mom during the whole situation and stuff like
Okay.
that. So I'm not like traumatized in any sense or whatever. Like there's not like any like unfinished business in that sense.
Okay.
So like on the mental, it's just kind of like the common human thing that people go through like with like loss and like that kind of thing, whatever. And it just happened at a younger age for me. So like once we understand that logistically, then we can like start working through it and like processing it that way and stuff like that. And
Okay.
it's been like a year and a half. It's not like it's easy. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like holidays still stupid, but it's it's I have ways of like coping and putting my pain into my art,
Right.
and moving forward and being resilient and trying
Right.
to like work on my stuff and yeah, just keeping a sharp head and stuff because that's always like what she did. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So and like the only thing that ever knocked her down of anything was something that she couldn't control. So like that's gonna have to be what it's gonna be with me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Understood.
kind of
Understood.
like
Well,
that.
I'm not here. I'm not here to change your mind or anything. And I tell people all the time. It's always a segment. I'm a huge advocate for mental health. You know what I mean? Getting help and even just having somebody to talk to. I understand it's different people at different
Mm-hmm.
levels of their life. And I understand the whole no opposed to medication. And then people trying to do their own thing. But that's for a conversation for a later day. I appreciate you sharing that with me. But I would strongly encourage you, even like. And then with some of the things that I'm doing, like some of the men that I'm talking to, because I'm not trying to send you to a hospital to see a therapist or psychologist or anything like that, but it's some strong people in the community that can probably like help build, you can build what we can kind of grow with. You can kind of have some more mentors and start mentoring people and kind of mold you to, get to that next level. Because I did hear you say, like, I can't do everything. And with you being fairly young, I guarantee you that there are a lot of brothers in the community who will be willing to help you and assist you just from you even being willing to be vulnerable enough to put that information out there. So even in the sense of help, like I don't always necessarily mean get help as far as like everything that's going on in there, but there are probably some things that you can do or get some help from some other people that'll lighten up the load
Mm-hmm.
as far as the things that you have going on, as far as scheduling or even if it's finances or getting your name out there and stuff like that, that at least make you feel a little bit better about yourself. And then just being around people, who have good, good positive conversations. Like what type of people, not on like the level of name, like characteristics, what type of people do you surround yourself with? Like the character, what type of characteristics do the people that you surround yourself with carry?
Um, I chill around low, uh, low aggravated people.
Low aggravated people.
Yeah, I don't do. I'm a very chill person, bro. I'm
Okay.
like a house cat for real. So unless we well, firstly, I want to say thank you, and I will tap into that because I'm somebody who's always saying like, yeah, as black men, it's all like a lot of problems could be solved if people just talk things out and just have
Mm-hmm.
conversations about blah stuff, and it sucks for me to always be saying that and it's not tap into it, And last time I did go to the doctors, he was like, "Are you concerned about anything?" And I told him maybe we should like tap into some, like about like maybe I could talk to somebody about blah stuff like that. So, I hear you
Absolutely.
and I will further think about that and keep my mind open and stuff. And
Appreciate
that's
that.
hard to do. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like I'm sitting here
absolutely.
like this with the donuts and stuff.
Absolutely. Like
But
I mean, just as black men, we just
yeah,
stubborn in general. So I even appreciate you just even saying that and just saying that you're willing to do that, because it's good.
yeah, for sure, bro. But yeah, no, the people that I chill around and stuff, laid back, bro. Like you gotta be laid back and stuff. I don't really do like high energy is fine, but like I don't really do like intense energy and stuff.
Okay.
The most intense person I'm around is probably Chauncey and my boy just passionate, you know what I'm saying, and
Right.
stuff like um yeah, people that just also people that don't fake it. I really don't have like if like I have a lot of empathy and I have to like I gotta be humble 24/7 because of my situation and stuff that I go through because
Mm-hmm.
anytime anybody can like pull the rug from under my feet, you know what I'm saying, what I got going on and stuff like that. So I'm constantly trying to think of others and be as empathetic and understanding as possible. But if there's anyone who I like just like really instantly don't care for,
Mm-hmm.
it's people that are just like BSing, faking, or just whatever, like especially when it comes to like anything of actual action. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Like if you like if you're an artist but you're like BS in your art or
Right.
whatever, and you're not applying yourself, but you're like on but you're applying yourself in every other facet,
Right.
i.e. like social media and blah 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 whatever and stuff. Can't really stand it, or when I have people that are like they're this big talk and they got this and that going on, but then they come and you talk to them and it's like you don't know what you're talking about. It's like
Right.
I'm not rude enough to like say that to nobody. So then I got to sit there and like have the conversation. I'd be trapped inside. I just feel like,
Oh,
nah,
okay. I get it.
I
I
got no
get it.
time for nothing like that.
I get
So,
it. So you like the ambitious, motivated, self-motivated person who can just be about what they say and do what they mean and get it done so we can build type of thing.
yeah, you gotta be able to do stuff on your own. Like I gotta be able to walk out the room and you can still.
Right. So then so let me ask you, I mean, what you again, you 23, I'm 36, like outside of you getting the invitation, like what made you want to come on here and have this conversation with an old man? Like I feel like I can call myself an old man with you. Like what made you want to come on here and have a conversation with an old man like myself?
I don't look at you like, oh man, bro. I don't discriminate like that or whatever and stuff. You have to be like, I don't think you old, and this is on me. I don't think you old till you can't drive no more. You feel me? Like, so like, you could
Okay.
be like 60 some. Like when I see like older people,
Uh-huh.
like 60 some, if they're still like walking to their car and driving, they're not elderly yet to me. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They
Well, thank you
growing
for
like
that.
that.
Thank you for
But
that.
nah, I don't care, bro. Like I said, I was 15 chilling with Aaron and them and stuff, right? They was probably like 25 or so. They're probably my age now or something. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? So I always been around chilling around older people because people my age at the time were always just like not what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like,
All right. So now let me ask you this, like, because I did hear you say like you one of those people who say like if we just sit down and have conversations and stuff like that, then things would be better. So and again, I'm gonna keep mentioning. I hope it don't offend you. We keep mentioning that age gap, but I think this is perfect for you and I to have that conversation because I feel like you are one of the young men who could potentially we can help assist in change. And as of at this point in time, it's like a lot of that's not going on. So, what's your thoughts on the black men in Erie right now, and what do you think that we need to do to kind of assist people like you as far as younger generation? Like, what do we need to do to be more present, to be more active? Like, what do you think would have benefited you growing up, and what will benefit you now?
I think the main problem, and it's a double sided coin with us black men in the city in general, is that one, we're so selfish with our own things and like what we want to get done and what we want to do and what we want to accomplish, and like it's in a very selfish format. But at the same time, which is also a problem, we don't get enough time or opportunity to do our own thing or to do our own accomplishments to this and that. And so it just really creates this thing where it's like we're constantly being selfish, or where we're constantly being oppressed, and like for a lot of people, not able to do something. And then when we are doing it, we're being selfish with it and keeping it locked in or whatever and stuff. And even if you do got a couple of your boys with you and stuff, like it's still locked in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So and so before we can even tap into like, but I would like to say like, oh yeah, as black men, we need to let our stuff down and support some of these younger men and stuff, and help guide them and help tell them the things that we've learned lessons from, blah blah blah, and this and that, third and stuff, and stop trying to focus on us and support them and support their music and stuff. But a lot of these people still need to get their win. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes and stuff, like, 30 years in, just now getting a win, 40 years in, basically been in and out of jail or whatever and stuff, just now out with a straight mind and stuff, and doing okay, but like haven't had like that win and stuff, and um I think that's like super, like, speaking for myself, is super important to get a personal dub in any way, shape, or form
Right.
and stuff, and the longer that you go without getting that, it stings, and it'll come from every facet because money sucks, apartments suck, coming from the situations that some of these people could be coming from. You're probably not necessarily, looking at the newest apartment in Mill Creek, so we're already over here in Slumlordville, you know
Right.
what I'm saying? So we all this stuff going on. And then just your surroundings, even if you want to change your state of mind and stuff like that, you got to try really hard to climb out of that, you know what I'm saying, being in this city and stuff like that. And it's really hard to get a dub sometimes. You really gotta fight for it, teeth and nails, and then you get it, and then guess what? It's gonna dissipate by like tomorrow, or the next day, and then
Right.
you gotta go again and stuff.
So
Um,
pretty much start with ourselves first. Build yourself up, get your win, celebrate your win, and then try to give back to somebody else type of thing.
100%, bro. Like we gotta love ourselves. Like if we could do simultaneous, that would be cool. Like if you could apply full pressure on yourself and accomplish everything that you want to, while at the same time showing love to everyone else around you and stuff. things that turn around ASAP. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason that sounds really hard.
Right. Okay. Okay. So I like that, man. Listen, you sound like you got a sharp mind. I like the way that you think, especially when you say that, because you know what I mean. To be given that information and to hear it from coming from you being a little bit younger than me. So like, once we get to the point to where okay, let's say you've got a fully developed man or a person who's very well aware of himself and understands what he has to give, and now he has to give something to you or to somebody younger than you. Like, what do you think that we need to be doing to make people feel more secure about themselves to be able to accomplish some of those to get some of those wins because sometimes some of us don't even know how to get it because we don't have the example. So what do you think? What are some examples that you would like to see? Like if I get that win, do you want to see me celebrate it or do you want to see me pass it on? Like what are some examples that you would like to see moving forward? How do you think that'll make things better?
I want to see more, and I hate to use this word, so I'll try to split it up. But like I want to see more like community effort amongst us, especially when it comes to the things that we find important, like the music scene, right? Like,
Okay.
'cause I can hop on Facebook today and find you 15 different posts from 15 different dudes saying Erie's got a lot of good talent. We just got to work together. Like I see this post every single day, but who's and I'm not doing it either,
Right.
so I'm
Okay.
just as
Okay.
bad,
A
right?
lot of
But so it's like
accountability.
who's putting on the event for us to put stuff together, you know what I'm saying? Not when basement transmission is letting people come in and do stuff, or not when, people are doing handouts or maybe Erie Days or whatever is letting people, but who's actually throwing the events in our neighborhoods and our communities or using their own venues and inviting our own people and stuff like that to provide a space like this. And then at the same time, who's actually coming in here to work together, because I can't tell you how many times I'm trying to shoot a video and someone's like, "Wait, you shot a video with this person? I can't shoot with you." Or how many times someone's like, "Oh, there's a show here. Is this person gonna be performing? Because if they are, I'm not coming." And just to like so many different things, like, or is this person gonna be here? I'm not gonna be there, right?
Right.
So if we could find a way to uh, put different things aside when it comes to like, because right, like you go to church, you're not beefing with nobody, even if you don't like somebody. If you see
Right.
going to
Right.
church and
Yeah.
stuff, you're not doing nothing. If you're in Walmart, y'all might start arguing, but it's still see me outside, right?
Right.
So when it comes to like something like music and the like the culture that we're trying to keep alive in our city, right? Like if, like we have an opportunity to build and facilitate Erie Black culture by having music and art in our own venues in our own neighborhoods and stuff like that. But if we can't physically come together to enjoy those things, then it can't exist as well. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
those are the two sides for it. If we got people who can facilitate, we need them to facilitate, and then people who can participate, we need them to participate.
Wow, that was deep. Yeah, no, I mean, when you say it like that, that makes a lot of sense, and it on so many different levels within the city of Erie because it is like it's people that are doing different things, and it seems like it's so many different people competing with everybody doing the same thing, and it's a lot, like you said, it's a lot of good out there. So it's a lot of good music out there. It's a lot of good salespeople out there. It's a lot of good hair techs, nail techs, and stuff like that. But as
Yeah.
far as like just people coming together and actually like understanding what community means and utilizing that, like that's important. And then I like that you said for the people who can't facilitate it, because there are some people in the city of Erie who have access to things that maybe I don't have or you have, but aren't even offering, you know what I mean? Hey, well, I heard you're a performer. Here's a place you can come perform at. You can do whatever you want to do, just keep it safe. Or here, you want to do an art show and stuff like that. So it's important to hear you say stuff like that. Let me ask you, do you have any siblings or are there any people who look up to you?
I got yeah, my dad got two kids.
Hmm.
I got a brother and a sister. I love my sister. Me and my brother don't talk as much and stuff. Um, I think I got people that look up to me and stuff, but I try to um it's easy to fill my head up with a bunch of stuff, so I try to like dissipate all of that or
What do
whatever.
you mean it's easy to fill your head up with a bunch of stuff?
It's easy to fill my head up, man. It's easy for me to like it's easy like I go up and down. I just as naturally as an artist, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for me to go from like I'm a failure and a fraud to like I'm amazing and I'm doing
Okay.
fantastic. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So uh I've had I've had people say that they're proud of the things that I'm continuing to do and stuff, and that like that they like the stuff that I'm doing or whatever. But I don't have any personal like mentee or anything right now
Okay.
that I'm that I'm working with or nothing like that. Um, my one of my main partners though, my boy Neri, shout out Neri slash Sign. I'm inspired by him. He says he's inspired by me and stuff, and like that's just like a really back and forth relationship as far as that goes. And so is my boy Vision and stuff. So shout out Vision. But my boy Neri especially, where he's like mostly on producing, and I'm more on like arranging and singing and stuff like that or
Hmm.
whatever. But we both do the other thing as well. So we've just I met him at the party house, when we lived together at that
Okay.
party house. I was saying it. So we've always just been like this, what I'm saying, like climbing the ladder next to each other
Right.
and bouncing off each other and stuff. That's always been dope.
So like and then I remember like when I went to the studio, or I'm not whatever you calling it. Again, I don't want to throw any words out there that don't mean what they say, what I say. So like going there, like what's your like what is that about? You know what I mean? Is that something that you want more people to come to? Why do you want people to come to that? Because again, like reading the post, I'm gonna go back to the post and find it while you explain to us like what's that about? Like, you know what I mean, as far as what you have going on over there.
The, like that's back to that ocean road joint and stuff. Basically, bro, I'm trying to my main thing that I'm trying to do, my main goal is trying to tie everything in together and bring it all into one place and stuff. It's like I'm doing the paintings that have these images on them. I'm doing the clothes. I'm doing the 3D art and renders. I'm doing all that. And so I'm really trying to bring all of it into just one thing. Like it's kind of like it's two things at once. Like one, I'm trying to speak my art through all of these different mediums.
Okay.
I want to show Lone Squad and my loners through clothes and music and film and pictures and paintings and all that kind of stuff. But then also, I want to take pictures and paintings and films and all these different things and make them one thing.
Right, right.
So,
Okay, so I found the post and he said, come enjoy the 3D art. Possible benefits. One, you get out the house for a change. Two, you get to see immersive art without traveling to Pittsburgh or waiting on noodlefish, who are also known for immersive art experience in the city. Excuse me. Three, you might see a dog. Four, you get to brag to your coworker that you saw art over the weekend while they stayed inside and watched Dahmer. Honestly, not a bad show. If you don't come to the art show, you should watch Dahmer. Five, Calamari Skid Row is right next door. They have great food and even better drinks. You can make this a whole thing. Six, I will personally high five you. Seven, I'm a low income black kid from the inner city. If you show up, that's philanthropy. Eight, the show runs through Halloween, but if you come during the opening, you might become part of the show. Nine, you get to experience an aesthetic that would exist in dystopian cyberpunk future. Very edgy. 10, you would make me the happiest boy on this side of the Chicago being. The show is in Erie, Pennsylvania. So when I seen that, like I was so excited to read that and see that. So like clearly you're trying to attract some people, you're trying to draw a crowd. Like, what are you what are you trying to do with this? Do you want people to come check you out every weekend? Is it something like what do you want? What do you want this to for? I'm trying to see how we can attract some people and draw some people to your page and to your mission, to things that you have going on. So take me through that.
so this is scary and not scary at the same. I mean, it's scary and overwhelming at the same time. So first of all, um, we have openings and showings by appointment. You can go to feed.art to make an appointment for that by contacting and emailing them there. But also every Friday and play it by ear Saturday, we gonna be it'll be open to the public from 7 to 10. It's on the backside of Calamari's, basically right next door. Please go to Calamari's and eat food too there. They got cheap drinks as well, which if you want to come turn and see the show, feel free to do that because it's one of those. Um, what am I missing?
Why do you want us to come?
Why do I want you to come? Oh, I mean, I think I want you to come so that y'all can have the type of experiences that I want to have when I go out and see stuff, whatever. Like I do like to see paintings and this and that and stuff, but like I said, like I usually have to go to Pittsburgh or Buffalo to like
Right.
really see a show that takes me out of my eyes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to create that for y'all to come check that out too. I want
Okay.
you to come and feel like you've entered another world, even though we're still in Erie, and you can just vibe out for a little bit and stuff. And eventually, what's scary for this is that now that I have this type of show and stuff, I'm like a couple emails away from like taking it to another place. You know what I mean? Like emailing someone else and saying like, "Hey, I have this thing. Here's what the show look like. Blah blah
Right.
blah. What do it look like doing this?" And then going somewhere and like maybe taking it somewhere else. And that's where another mentor, Benton, who's from the art space,
Okay.
comes in because like he would help me do that kind of stuff because I don't know what I'm doing yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, man. Well, listen, man. Hopefully we can get some people over there. You know what I mean? We encourage and we can get that built up for you. So now when you stay here, you get it flowing, you get it going. And like, I want you to and hopefully Caesar sees this or is watching this, because Caesar Westbrook is an artist in Erie. He said there's many different forms of art. He partakes in many different forms of art. He's around my age, so I think it would be a good connection for you to have. I think that would be like a good, good link for you, because he's doing some amazing things around here.
Yeah,
And
Caesar's my boy. He did the painting on the
yeah,
side, and I just filmed him a couple weeks ago
okay,
for
cool. Then you know who Caesar is then.
Art with Friends.
Okay, cool. Even
So,
better then. You know what I mean? So like I want this to be a thing, because and then I tell people all the time, like I always give people their flowers, and like I appreciate you coming on here and being willing to be vulnerable. You know what I mean? To kind of talk a little bit about your story. We didn't go too deep into your story. We'd say that for another time, maybe even for another episode if we get you to come back on here.
sure.
But and then even like for you being able to be willing to like, kind of expose some of yourself as saying like I wasn't like with all the cool kids and all of that, but I found a different avenue through art. And I found different ways to do things to where you're not getting in trouble. So like, I mean, outside of that, like what has art done for you, or where has it taken you? How do you benefit from being an artist? Like how is that for you? Like talk a little, brag a little bit, man. Let us know like what you do, what you got going on. If you making sales, are you selling art? You recording videos? You in the studio? Like
All right. I'm in the studio. I'm making music. I got like 7 tracks recorded. I got this little tape that I'm slapping together. It's dropping. What I'm gonna do with it is once it's all recorded, I'm gonna film a video to every single one. I'm gonna drop them each Friday. So if it's like 7 songs, it'll be like week 7. It's gonna be like the last music video. Then at the last week, I'm gonna actually drop the whole album on platforms. That's gonna be like a little push. Um, I'm also teaching at Edison Elementary School right now. I'm teaching the shoe design class, and I'm teaching the photography class.
oh man, you left all kind of gems out, man. You ain't tell us you was out here teaching kids.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I got like last year I got an opportunity to start teaching at Daffmark Community Arts,
That's what's up,
Daffmark
man.
Creative Arts Center, which is where the old art center where I grew up used to be at and stuff. So I grew up going to this one building, and then later in life I got to work in that same building with
That's
the
what's up,
after
man.
school program and stuff. Um, I'm still shooting music videos. Music videos going right now. I got deals slapping, so just hit me.
So you for hire, music videos for hire.
Yeah,
Okay, okay,
I work at the club. I do security
okay.
and I DJ on weekends and stuff like that. Sometimes Kings Rip Club, so pull up over there. I got the art show going on right now. That'll be going until October 31st. On October 31st, Monday, Halloween, we have a Halloween party. That's going. I'm also looking for music. So if y'all want to perform or something like that, hit me up. Limited set list, but um, what else am I doing? It's always a lot of stuff.
That's what's up. I'm hearing him. I'm hearing the drive and the ambition in here, man. I feel like you was holding some stuff back. You working in the studio. You got your own work going. You working with the kids. You working at the club. You DJing. Like, where does all of this fire, all this motivate? I feel like one day, man, we gonna hear about you. You're gonna be just blow up one day out of nowhere. Well, I ain't gonna say out of nowhere, because now that I have an opportunity to know you, I get to watch you a little bit more. But from the way that you working and some of the stuff that you have going on, and you're willing to expose yourself to different things, like real soon here, man. You're gonna be next level stuff, and like I'm happy for you, man. I'm proud of you. I appreciate you coming on here having this conversation, man. Like I really do
Thank you,
appreciate you
bro. I
reaching
appreciate
out.
it.
I appreciate Bill's up for even referring you over here.
Yeah, shout out
We
to
we gonna get ready to wrap this thing up. So before we do, like I just want to know if you had anything else you wanted to add, to say, you got any questions for me or anything that you want to include to the podcast that we didn't talk about.
how long your cast been going?
Oh, you did say you was gonna ask me this. So, like, honestly, I just started this like 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
But
nice.
prior to this, what I'm doing, like when I got my real estate license, I started just doing Facebook Live videos and stuff like that, asking people for different pointers about marketing. Then a friend of mine, Brent Thompson, came on. He just was like, came on giving me a bunch of compliments, and we just had a conversation, and we was just flowing. So then I started interviewing other people who were involved in real estate. I started interviewing some of the women in the city of Erie who been making a lot of noise, because it's pretty majority is women right now. So then I felt like this
Right,
would be good for just men to have a positive conversation, going back and forth, being productive, and it
right,
kind of went from there. So it was an idea that I had in my heart for a couple of years, but as far as actually starting to do it, like this just started for me, and I feel like it's been benefiting because people are reaching out and I'm making connections with people, and now I can connect the dots and tie the strings to it. We all can build and we all can grow. So like this right here makes me feel good to be able to sit and have a conversation with you, for an hour about just life and about just growth, and then hearing some of your story, and then being able to kind of find some people who can help you if you are open to taking it, and then people even being able to now reach out to you and say, hey, I can help this young man, or I can get with this young fella and teach him X, Y, and Z. So this right here was just an initiative for me to like help build men and then help men connect. And hopefully you won't have to ever go through the situations that I went through, and you can learn from my mistakes because you know what I mean? The information is here, the men are here, the knowledge is here, and now we just got to collectively come together and start doing it. So this was just an idea that kind of turned into a plan. That kind of turned and just come into life, like right in front of everybody. We all through this process. Anybody who watches the show. Oh yeah, by the way, my daughter ain't here, but I would make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. But anybody who watches the show, you know they're gonna see the progress, they're gonna see the growth, and then as we as men in the city of Erie make moves, everybody's gonna see what we're doing and how we're building. So that's the whole social experiment, man. It's just about building and growing on different levels, different age groups, different generations, different cultures, different diversities. Like we all gonna figure out a way to where we can connect, build, and grow it, and just make some changes. So this was just like I got something in my heart that I want people to see what my heart looks like on the inside, on the outside. So this is what it
Yeah, bro, this is fire. This is lit.
is.
Trying to be on this show more, bro. So I'll be on next week. So
I appreciate it. I'm gonna reach
Right.
back out to you. I got my man, I got another person coming. Matter of fact, I think I'm about to get rolling in like 10 minutes. So, we're gonna end this episode of the social experiment with my man Lone Sav. Y'all make sure y'all reach out to him. Like he said, he's producing, he does videos, he does arts. He's gonna have the art gallery going on the weekends. Make sure y'all check him out right there behind Calamari's. I appreciate everybody's time. Make sure you like, you subscribe, put some comments in there. I'm gonna have my man Dapper Dawn coming up on here shortly. For anybody who's not tired of hearing me or seeing me, make sure you stick to the channel. We are going to be right back shortly. Everybody have a good rest of your day. And that